Hi, I'm Elaine. Welcome to my blog stampwithelaine.com and welcome to today's project. Now, I made this at my team training with the gorgeous Tutti Frutti cards and envelopes. This is one of the free items you can get with a qualifying order during Sale-A-Bration of £45, excluding shipping and handling. The pack contains 16 pre-printed cards, 4 of each. This is in Pool Party, Calypso Coral, Lemon Lime Twist, and I think that is So Saffron. And of course they have envelopes to match as well. I was honoured and privileged to have taken part as a member of the Leader to Leader group, which was involved in the design and development of the Stamparatus tool. As a Leader to Leader member, we were given a separate pre-order and delivery timeline, so I am thrilled to be able to demonstrate how easy this innovative stamp positioning tool is to use. It really stands heads and shoulders above other brands I've tried. If you made a reservation for this tool, it will be shipped to you in the order your reservation was placed, and it should be shipping around March and April onwards, at which point you will be debited for the amount and you will have to complete the transaction and close your order so that your Stamparatus can be shipped to you. Now, if you miss the reservation window, then you won't be able to order it until the launch of the new 2018 to 2019 catalogue goes live. Straight out of the box, your Stamparatus for the European market will have an instruction sheet in 4 languages, in English, French, German and Japanese. On the back there will be pictorial tutorials on how to use the Stamparatus. It comes with 2 acrylic plates, and these hinge on the hinges of the base unit. It comes with 2 acrylic plates, and each plate is etched with a 1/4 inch or 1 centimetre grid, and it will correspond with the grid on the base unit. This is also in metric, in 1 centimetres increments, and it also displays the imperial measurements under alongside the metric. It also has a foam mat which you can use if you are stamping with photopolymer stamps, and if you're stamping with the red rubber stamps, then you won't need the foam mat as a cushion. On the underside of the base unit there are 2 bar magnets which are very, very strong, and I've wrapped washi tape on it so that it's easier for me to pick it up, and you slide it off. It also has 4 non-slip feet on there so that it gives you a firm grip on the table surface when you're working with it. Underneath the grid there is a steel plate. That's why the magnets will attract to keep your cardstock firmly in place. These are very strong earth magnets, so it's better for you to slide it off and keep them far apart, because if you don't, they might jump together and in the process pinch your hands or even snap into pieces. I would have shown you this Stamparatus before, but unfortunately when mine arrived initially before Christmas, one of the magnets was broken, and so it had to be returned to head office and I had to wait for a replacement. When you're inserting the acrylic plates, you need to insert it perpendicular to the work surface and at a 90-degree angle, otherwise the hinge will snap. You should only have one of the plates in the closed position at a time, not both, because if you do, then you can see that it doesn't shut properly, and it could actually snap and break the hinges. You can use both sides of the acrylic plates, which will give you 4 surfaces to work with. And there are 2 open ends here, so that you can use larger pieces of cardstock to stamp on. You can also use it with the hinges on the left side if you are left-handed. And of course, because I'm right-handed, I'll use it with it this way up. Because accidents will happen, I decided that I would source some extra magnets, because Stampin' Up will not replace the magnets if they break. I got this through Amazon, and you have to, when you're reordering them, you need to get magnets that are only 3mm thick, otherwise it would interfere with the stamping, because you can't shut the plate properly if the magnets are too thick. So these are 3mm, but they're shorter than the ones on here. I think these are 60. Put the protective piece of non-magnetic thing on. You can see it's shorter, slightly shorter, but it's the same thickness. When I ordered the extra magnets, they gave us health and safety information on here, and it says that magnets can leap together. If 2 magnets are placed loosely apart, they could leap together unexpectedly with extreme speed and force, which could shatter and break both magnets and could injure your finger if it is caught in between. Flying chips are sharp and could be danger to your eyes, so handle only 1 magnet at a time. It also says don't allow the magnets near children, especially young children, and it also has a warning here about heart pacemakers. You need to keep magnets away from heart pacemakers. The operation of heart pacemakers will be affected by the close proximity of a magnet. Magnets can set a pacemaker working in a way that isn't suitable for the user, and that might affect their health. Also, there's a caution here about nickel allergies. The magnets are coated with nickel, and if you have a nickel allergy, prolonged contact with the skin may cause irritation. Now, I know you're impatient for me to get started, but I just felt duty bound to warn you about all this. And I also want to show you how to prise your magnets apart if they happen to stick together and you can't prise it apart. So basically you want to put it on the edge of a wooden table. Now these are my wooden placemats. So you put it on the edge of the table and you just push one of them down. Okay, can you see that? So you just push one of them down like that until it reaches the end, and then slide it off. You never prise it apart. That's the wrong way to do it. If you prise it apart, you will inadvertently hurt yourself. And ask me how I know, because I've got a blood blister from it. These new magnets I bought actually has a piece of plastic in between to stop it from doing just that. So you see, let it go on the end and just slide it back. So these are my spares, just in case the others break. Now I've inserted one plate, and I just wanted to show you that there's quite a difference between the gap here where the hinge is. You can see the height of the hinge. So even with your adapter, the foam mat adapter, when you're stamping with photopolymer stamps, right here in the corner, say about the top inch or so, even if you press very hard, it's not giving you a very good stamped image. So my tip is that you can go to your local craft store and get these foam mat, what do they call it? Foam sheets. I got these from Hobbycraft. It's non-toxic, and I don't know what the width of it is, but it's thinner than the normal Stampin' Up mat, but it gives you that extra bit of cushion on the top. So once you finish stamping that, you can remove this and carry on stamping as normal. I also cut the grid paper into 7 by 7 inch sheets so that it would cover the whole of the grid, like so. But in fact, if you cut it at 6.5, then this grid on the Stamparatus will still show. But I cut mine at 7 because I wanted it to cover the whole of the foam mat. The other way to overcome that problem about not being able to stamp right on the edge is to make your cardstock about 1 inch bigger than you need all round, and then you can trim it afterwards. The stamp set I'm using is amazing, congratulations. I'm also using the papers from Tutti Frutti Designer Series paper stack. These are 6 by 6 inch designer papers. There are 48 sheets in the pack with 4 each of each design. All fruit, mostly fruit, oranges, lemon and lime, papaya, bananas and kiwi fruit, and we're going to be using that one. And on the reverse they're just generic patterns. I'm using Memento black ink, Pool Party and Lemon Lime Twist. Now I'll pop my grid paper on, and it's easier for me to then line up the word, make sure it's straight, and then I'll just pop that down to pick up the stamp. Then with this grid I'll put that in position, place my cardstock on. This measures 2 inches by 5 1/8 in centimetres. That's 5 centimetres by 13 centimetres. Because the paper is so narrow, I've put in my extra foam sheet on top of the normal Stampin' Up foam pad, because I'm stamping right on the edge. I'll ink up my stamp in Memento black ink and stamp. I'll lay the second stamp on top, and this covers the C, some of the letters and not all of them. I'll then use this plate, which I've put in at 90 degrees, and close it on top of the stamp. Ink it up with Lemon Lime Twist, and then close that and stamp it on. Reverse my acrylic plate so it's on the other stamping surface. Position this next piece, lining it up with the eye. Pick it up again, and stamp it in Pool Party. Fourth time, I want this word to be down there. Take the plate out and pop it in again. Pick up. I want to make sure that that letter is straight, but I don't want to mess up the cardstock underneath. So if I put my imaging sheet in that corner, I can then check to make sure that the wording is straight, and it's not, it's slightly crooked. So all I'll have to do is just wipe that off and readjust this wording here. And the beauty is that I can actually take the plate off. So again, in the upright position, take the plate out and adjust my wording so that it's straight. And I can use the grid to do that. Lift it up a little bit. Insert it back in, again in the upright position, 90-degree angle. Re-ink it. Pop it on the imaging sheet to check the alignment. That's perfect. So I'm happy with that. I can go ahead and stamp. So I will have it in the Memento black. There we go. And I want that little brush stroke there. So I've attached that. It fits just underneath that wording. Ink it up again. In Lemon Lime Twist. Oops, wrong one. Silly me. And the great thing about it is that now you've got it all set up, you can start all over again. Let's clean all this. Switch the plates around. Insert it back in. The first one was Memento Black. Clean it. Switch. Straight up and down. Lemon Lime Twist. Switch over to the next one, this time in Pool Party. Actually, I'll use the stamping spot in Lemon Lime Twist. And then you can carry on making more and more if you wish. Just show you how I store mine. So you remove the plate, well, put all your stamps back. Make sure your plate is clean. Take it out of the housing. and pop it back in the box. There are some things, for instance, like these scatter images that you can still do traditional stamping with. Some snail on the back of this designer series paper. So then pop that on. Bit of snail on this piece as well. On top of that. And then dimensionals on the back of this. And you could put some glimmer dots on. So this one was done without the Stamparatus. This was the traditional stamping. And this one is with the Stamparatus. So basically with this stamp set, 3 ink pads, the Tutti Frutti designer series paper stack, and the optional extra of the glitter enamel dots, you could put the Tutti Frutti cards and envelopes for free. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Do give me a thumbs up if you like it, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section, with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed on my blog here at blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!